Hi guys, Greg Barton here. Hey, thanks for clicking. You clicked here because either you're looking at franchising or you're already into it. Good news, I've got 20 years experience in franchising. In fact, I took my first franchise from virtually last place in the entire chain to the number one in the entire chain. How do we do it? Well, there was a lot of struggles. In fact, in the early days, it was tough. Like you, worked 7 days a week, 10, 12, 15, 24 hours a day sometimes, just to keep the lights on. It was a struggle. In fact, after 6 months, I did some calculations, saw some really ugly numbers. And my wife and I made $2.26 an hour for the first 6 months that we worked there. Yeah, that's right, $2.26. That's below the legal minimum wage. Something had to change. I had to go tell my wife this. But before I told her, I had to come up with some strategies on how we were going to get out of this hole. And we did. We threw some ideas together, we threw some strategies together, tried some different stuff. Some things didn't go so well, some things did. And we started making some traction. We started treading water, we started surviving. And we thought, this is great. Decided after we made some successes, I need to learn more about strategy. So I went back to school. I did my MBA at the Hassan School of Business, and I learned a lot about strategy, but I needed to know the numbers. So I became a certified management accountant, CPA for lack of better words, and I became the numbers guy. So I really knew the numbers inside out and backwards. Boom, we got some traction. Things started coming together. Turned it into the number one store in the chain, went from $1 million in sales to 5.3, basically a 500% growth rate. Life started moving forward. We turned it into 4 different franchises. Success, made great money, great margins, did great. After all these years, 20 years in franchising, decided, you know what? Time to retire out of franchising. We retired here in beautiful Calgary, Alberta. And we want to pay it back now. We want to pay it forward to franchisees who are in the early days, struggling, trying to figure out how to get out of the deep end. Guess what? We've got some great ideas for you. And in fact, I'm sure you want to get out of the deep end, right? You want to learn how to make some real money at this. You want to get some financial freedom. Wouldn't you agree? You want to not have to work crazy hours or make your family work crazy hours. You want to have a better lifestyle. Wouldn't you? Don't you want that as well? Of course you do. Guys, we're going to give you some strategies. In fact, I put a book together. It's called Franchising on Steroids. It's available at Amazon. It's available in your favorite bookstore. But guess what? We're going to bring some online strategies to you as well. There's going to be a lot more coming out on the website here. There's going to be some free tips for you. Next week, check back. Don't forget to check back because I'm going to have some really great tips if you're just looking to get into franchising on some things you should look for. But you know what? I know that, like me, you want to do better. We'll see you soon. Thanks for checking in.